Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Friday, December 5th, 2025. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Morongo Basin Station has a new captain. Captain Robert Warwick, who has led the Morongo Basin Station under the supervision of Sheriff Shannon Dykes for several years, has been given a new assignment. A new captain was appointed, Steve Scovell. Captain Scovell was previously a lieutenant at the Sheriff's Yucaipa Station. Captain Scovell was promoted and assigned to the Morongo Basin Station this week. Captain Scovell issued a statement saying, quote, "I am honored to step into this role and serve the people of the Morongo Basin. I look forward to working closely with our deputies, community partners, and residents to continue building a safe, trusted, and thriving community." The Morongo Basin Station is the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department outpost in our community and includes the Yucca Valley Police Department and the 29 Palms Police Department. The west entrance to Joshua Tree National Park remains closed today. It is expected to reopen tomorrow. Park Boulevard will also be closed to vehicle traffic today from the west entrance into the Quail Springs picnic area. The closure includes the Maze Loop and Bigfoot Trailhead parking areas. Visitors may not drive to or park at these trailheads during the closure, but all other park roads are expected to remain open. Visitors can enter and exit the park in 29 Palms or at the Cottonwood entrance at the park's south boundary. The new west entrance is in its final construction phase, and Joshua Tree National Park Superintendent Jane Rogers says they look forward to welcoming visitors at the new entrance booth. The new west entrance in Joshua Tree will be located about a half mile inside the park and will have 4 fee booths, 2 inbound lanes, 1 outbound lane, and a bypass lane in both directions. San Bernardino County Fire Assistant Chief Bill Villarino was at this week's Yucca Valley Town Council meeting, where he gave an update on the fire station coming to Yucca Valley. Online news editor Robert Hayden has the story.
Fire Station 41 is still coming to Yucca Valley, but will most likely wait until spring to be able to break ground. That's according to an update presented to the Yucca Valley Town Council earlier this week. Assistant Chief Bill Villarino says that the old station that's located right off Highway 62 between Dumosa and Joshua Lane will eventually get remodeled to be an admin building, with a whole new station built on donated land right behind it. The plans for the new station are currently in plan check with the county, and he says they hope to be able to seek bids on building the new station by the end of the year. That new station will have 10 bedrooms and 3 bays that will house 2 fire engines and an ambulance. It will also feature the first cancer prevention corridor. Firefighters returning from a fire will enter the station through a separate hallway where they can remove their gear and head into a separate set of showers before entering the main station. Here's Assistant Chief Bill Villarino addressing the Town Council.
Just in county fire, our stats are alarming when you see on the cancer diagnosis that we've had over just my 25 years here at County Fire. And so those are increasing, and just with all the plastics and the stuff out there when they're burning, and even though we wear the respirators, but once those come off, that air, it's still contaminated all around us. You know, what we learned was our gear was giving off toxic fumes for days on end. Gear doesn't sit in the fire engine with them anymore. It goes in and gets sealed away. Once they have a fire, they get a separate set of gear and get that washed.
Villarino shared design mock-ups of the planned station, along with news that the SBCFD has purchased a new fire engine for Fire Station 42 off Aberdeen. We'll have those photos of the newly planned station, the new fire engine, and a Can-Am off-road vehicle that County Fire is using for rescues in off-road areas of the desert. That's all at this story at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
Residents of Wonder Valley can participate in a free San Bernardino County community cleanup, where they can dispose of accumulated household trash, tires, and electronic waste. Residents of the unincorporated area can dispose of a maximum of 9 tires, on the rim or not. They're also accepting bulky items, but they cannot accept concrete, hazardous waste, or commercial trash. It's happening tomorrow at 8 a.m. until noon at the Wonder Valley Community Center, located at 80526.5 Amboy Road. You can see the flyer on our website for more details. The Dale Basin Well Owners Association is holding a general meeting on Sunday to elect their new board. If you're a member, you must have your dues paid for 2025 to vote. They will also be holding a talk about well winterization that is open to members and non-members. A professional will be on hand to keep your well from freezing. The meeting of the Dale Basin Well Owners Association begins at 1 p.m. on Sunday at the Wonder Valley Community Center, located at 80526.5 Amboy Road in Wonder Valley. The Firehouse in Joshua Tree is hosting a photography exhibition tonight. Here's reporter Adeline J. Wells with more on this free event.
Tonight, the Firehouse in Joshua Tree will host a free exhibition titled B-Sides, The Photography of Orion Williams. The art show will feature Williams' collection of black and white photographs, many of which reflect intimate moments taken behind the scenes through his work as a film producer. The event is put on in collaboration with Hat and Beard Press, an independent publisher and print production house in Los Angeles, which published Williams' 2023 book, B-Sides. A pop-up shop featuring signed copies of the book and other titles will be on site, and music will be provided by local musician Nicholas Burns. Based in Jackson, Mississippi, Williams has worked in the film industry for the past several decades. His productions include Control, a biopic about Ian Curtis of Joy Division, Eno about musician Brian Eno, and Shadow of a Vampire. Williams explained his interest in photography precluded his work in film. The former was inspired by his late stepfather, who would take photographs in the countryside and develop them in a family darkroom.
He would come back and develop these photos in this room that was the dark room. And I found it fascinating. That got me into the idea of appreciating the art and the image and just looking at things differently. I started realizing that a lot of these bands would have these really cool images. And I became fascinated with how a band could interpret their music through image or music video.
Following his education and entrance into the film industry, Williams continued using photography as an art form to capture unique moments. Of course, being in the world of film and music lends to interesting and exclusive moments rarely seen by others. Among Williams' photography subjects are figures such as Pete Townsend, The Cure, Fred Roos, Udo Kier, and Billy Idol, whose image graces the cover of B-Sides.
I never considered myself a photographer. I started having access to moments and events and things that just not everyone was invited to. And I learned pretty early on that a great image is basically accessibility to that moment. I just was in these wonderful situations where I was able to capture these great moments.
Williams collaborated with friend J.C. Gable of Hat and Beard Press to publish B-Sides in 2023. Since then, B-Sides has been featured in exhibitions in Mill City and Los Angeles. Joshua Tree marks the third, with a fourth in the works in Beijing. Both the book and the photography exhibition highlight how unplanned, subtle, and behind-the-scenes moments can lend to inspiring art.
B-Sides is a product of just years of capturing these great moments that ended up in a collective. And that name just came to me because I felt like it wasn't the A-list, it was the B-list. Sometimes B-Sides on records are the coolest.
B-Sides, the photography of Orion Williams' one-night exhibition will be held tonight from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Firehouse, located at 65430 Winters Road in Joshua Tree. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Adeline J. Wells.
The Flying Doctors return to the Morongo Basin this weekend for a free community vision event presented by the Los Médicos Valedores Flying Doctors in partnership with the Power of Sight Foundation. They will be providing free vision services for everyone in the Morongo Basin. Prescription glasses will be made on site. The event is Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the 29 Palms Community Center Gymnasium, located at 6547 Freedom Way in 29 Palms. Tomorrow, the town of Yucca Valley holds their annual holiday celebration and craft fair featuring Santa Claus, wooden holiday ornament crafts at the High Desert Nature Museum, real snow shipped in for winter fun, and hot cocoa to keep everybody warm. More than 50 vendors will be participating in the craft fair, so you can expect handcrafted gifts, including original art, jewelry, ceramics, home decor, specialty foods, clothing, photography, candles, and more. That's happening from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center tomorrow. The Friends of the Yucca Valley Library are holding a super sale tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at their bookshop inside the Yucca Valley Branch Library. Books are buy one, get one free, and DVDs are going for an incredible 10 for $1. This is a great way to get some stocking stuffers and gifts for the upcoming holidays, and all proceeds go directly back to the Yucca Valley Library. That's happening all day at the Warm and Cozy Bookstore, located right inside the Yucca Valley Library at 57271 29 Palms Highway. You can learn more about the nonprofit Friends of the Yucca Valley Library at yuccavalleyfol.org. And finally, Basin Transit Annual Stuff the Bus Toy Drive is happening all day Saturday at the Yucca Valley Walmart parking lot from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They are collecting new unwrapped toys and gifts for the Boys and Girls Club of the High Desert. Think STEM kits, graphic novels, board games, and sports equipment. Look for the Basin Transit bus in front of Walmart and help stuff the bus for kids in need. And the High Desert Street Machines will also be collecting toys in support of the Chips for Kids toy drive put on by the California Highway Patrol. Come check out some sweet rides and drop off a gift with the group. They're looking for gifts for toddlers to 17-year-olds. You can also find them in the Walmart parking lot from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.